Thank you, Ashraya Madhav Prabhu, for setting this up. So we'll begin today's session by prayers. First by Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Amunatira Vanashari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaranda Hari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaranari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswade Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. We'll start with the Mangalacharan prayers. Let me share. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागण ललिता श्री विशाखान्विदंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna devotees, I welcome you all for today's session. So before we actually begin, it is we have recited the Mangalacharan prayers. Mangalacharan prayers are those prayers which will produce auspiciousness at the beginning of any activity, so that we can complete that activity, whatever we have started, successfully without any interruption or hindrance. So what we have recited right now is the set of Mangalacharan prayers, which usually in ISKCON we recite. And each of this prayer is addressed to different personality. Let's understand the Mangalacharan prayers, what we have recited now, before we actually go into today's session. The first prayer is actually addressed for Guru. So one is actually roaming around in this material world without any guidance toward spiritual activity, without any understanding of who is oneself, who is God, and what is my relationship with God, and what is this whole world, and why I am put in this whole world, why I am facing difficulties, why I am forced to face a lot of problems and miseries in my life without I am willing to undertake them. So we are roaming around in this world, and Guru is the personality who comes in our life in various forms. He comes as Padapradaksh Guru, that one who shows the path. That means a devotee can come to you and give you a book, or he can give you initial knowledge to guide you to the practice of Krishna consciousness. And then you have Shiksha Guru. You can have many Shiksha Gurus. Shiksha Guru means one who gives the teachings, the spiritual teachings, one who teaches you how to chant the mantra, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Bhagavatam, and the derived works of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam written by various teachers in the Guru Parampara line. So those become Shiksha Gurus. And one can have many Shiksha Gurus. And then there is Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru comes and gives the mantra. It's a secret mantra. And through that mantra also one can perfect one life. But there is only one Diksha Guru. So here it is addressed to Guru. It could be any of these Gurus. Om Agyana Timira Andhasya Jnana Anjana Shalakaya. So this Agyana means an opposite of Jnana. Jnana means knowledge. Agyana means opposite of knowledge is ignorance. So this ignorance is like Timira Andha. It's dark. It's not just dark. It's very dark. So suppose if I am put into this, I am from India, and then I come to the US and I do not have any clue about the laws of the country or how the country is structured or where am I put now, and I am dropped in the middle of the forests of the US, and I wouldn't have any clue about which direction to go, because everything is so dark for me without the knowledge of the particular location. So similarly, in this world we have been put into without having any knowledge about how this world works and why are we put into this. So that knowledge is missing. And so this agyana or ignorance is acting like a dark forest or darkness, great darkness. And that darkness can be removed by jnana. Ignorance can be removed by jnana or knowledge. This knowledge is like Anjana Shalaka. Jana Shalaka is a specific instrument that is used in the past to remove cataract in the eyes. So they have this specific ointment, and then they apply that ointment in your eye, and then that cures many eye diseases. So when your eye is not able to see things, everything around you becomes very dark. But when the doctor comes and cures your eye, then you're able to again see it. So the doctor gives you the knowledge, the knowledge in the form of medicine. Okay, so the medicine opens your eye, and then you're able to get the knowledge everywhere. So similarly, Guru also comes and gives the spiritual knowledge, which is like the medicine, which opens our spiritual vision for this whole world. Chakshuhu. Unmilitamena. So that person who has given knowledge to us, and to that person, that is Guru. It could be Shiksha Guru, it could be Diksha Guru. And I am offering my obeisances to that person. So first we offer our obeisances to Guru. Then Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami is the first person in the parampara starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he has received knowledge directly from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has written many works. That is why we are all called Rupanugas, the followers of Rupa Goswami, because we try to adhere to the teachings of Rupa Goswami. And Prabhupada has translated Rupa Goswami's the magnum opus Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's a great work which discusses the details of Krishna consciousness. And we are all under the shelter of Rupa Goswami when we are following the path of Srila Prabhupada, path given by Srila Prabhupada. We are following basically Rupa Goswami. So that Rupa Goswami, what is being glorified here is Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is very, very secret. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. He appeared in this Kali Yuga. So his desire in the heart, that desire has been established in this world by Rupa Goswami. So I want to take shelter of that Rupa Goswami. That is what the second line says. Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapatantikam. When he will give me shelter at his lotus feet, near to the lotus feet. So this is again an offering, an obeisance, offering or a prayer toward Rupa Goswami, or request toward Rupa Goswami. Then this big verse comes, which basically offers obeisances to many people. So it starts with Vande. Vande means I worship. You would have heard the word Vande Mataram. That is very famous in India. It's a political slogan. Vande Mataram means I worship my mother. So similarly here, the Vande, the one I worship. Whom I worship? Shri Guru. I first worship Guru. Okay. Shri Yuda Padakamalam. So then we are starting to worship the lotus feet. And then it says Sri Gurun, the various gurus. This is referring to the Shiksha Gurus, because you can have only one Diksha Guru, but you can have multiple Shiksha Gurus. And then Vaishnavana. So we are worshipping all the Vaishnavas. First we worship a Guru, and then we worship all the Vaishnavas. Then again we worship Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa, Sagrajata, Sa Agraja. Agraja means one who has born earlier. So that is Rupa Goswami's elder brother, Sanatana Goswami. Sagana Raghunathanvitam. And all the other Goswamis, Raghunatha Goswami. Raghunatha indicates Raghunatha Bhatta and Raghunath Dasa Goswami, and then it also includes Gopal Bhatta Goswami as well. And then Jiva Goswami is separately mentioned. Jiva. So the 6 Goswamis, most of them have directly received knowledge from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we worship all the 6 Goswamis. Then comes Advaita Acharya. Then Nityananda Prabhu. Along with all of the associates, we worship Krishna Chaitanya, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we worship the Panchatattva here. First we worship the Guru, and then all the Vaishnavas, because all the Vaishnavas are also gurus to us. And then we worship the 6 Goswamis. Next, we worship the Panchatattva, starting from Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then finally, we worship Sri Radha Krishna Pada and the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna, along with his associates, that is Lalita, Vishaka, and so on. So finally, it's starting from Guru, then Goswamis, then to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, then to Radha Krishna and their associates. Then we offer specifically a prayer to Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are an ocean of mercy, Karuna Sindhu. And then Dinabandhu, you are friend of the fallen. You are the Lord of the whole world. Gopa Isha, you are the Lord of the Gopas, and you are the lover of Gopikas, all the gopis. And you are also the lover of Radha. Specifically among the gopis, Radha is the supreme, so Radha is mentioned separately. So for and to that Krishna, I offer my obeisances. We offer our obeisances to Krishna. Then we offer obeisance to Radha, the other concept of Krishna. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. So, her color is like a molten gold. You take the gold and then you melt it, and then it becomes very shiny when it is especially melted. So that is the color of Radharani. So that Radharani we are worshipping. She is the queen of Vrindavan, Vrindavana Ishwari. Vrishabhanu Suta. So she is the daughter of Vrishabhanu. And she is very, very dear to Hari, or the lover of Hari. So we are offering our obeisances to Radha. First we offer to Guru, then Rupa Goswami, then again to all the Guru Parampara, the entire Guru Parampara, going up to Krishna, and then specifically to Krishna, and then specifically to Radha. And then finally, we offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas assembled here and in the whole world. Vancha Kalpatarubhya. So all the Vaishnavas are like a desire tree. They will fulfill all of our desires. Kalpataru, Kalpataru, in the desire tree. And they are also Kripa Sindhu, the ocean of mercy. So Krishna is said to be ocean of mercy, but the Vaishnavas are even more merciful than Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is not accessible at all the time. The Vaishnavas are accessible at all the times. Sometimes Krishna may not forgive a person, but the Vaishnavas forgive that person and accept that person. And because the Vaishnavas have accepted that person, Krishna also accepts that person. So the Vaishnavas are more merciful. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in the age of Kali Yuga as a devotee. So he comes as a devotee. So he can be more and more merciful. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So they are the savior of the fallen people and all the Vaishnavas. This is who are they? They are the Vaishnavas. Then we offer our obeisances to Prabhupada specifically. So first two lines basically says that which person we are worshipping. This is Bhaktivedanta Swami. His name is Bhaktivedanta Swami, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami. And he is very dear to the Lord, and he is also called Vishnupada or Prabhupada. And the second line is specifically glorifying Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswati Devi. So he comes in the Saraswata line. That is, his Guru Maharaj is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So he becomes Saraswata. So we are all Saraswatas. We are coming in the line of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Gauravani Pracharini. He is preaching the words of Gauranga Mahaprabhu everywhere, all around the world. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Paschatya means West. Paschatya Desha means Western world. So the whole Western world was covered with Nirvishesha and Shunyavadi. That is, Nirvishesha is basically the philosophy of Sankaracharya, and Shunyavadi is the philosophy of Buddhism. So Buddhism and Vaidism, all the philosophy were engulfing the Western world, impersonalistic philosophies. And Prabhupada has come to give personalistic philosophy. That is, Krishna or God has a form. He has a very beautiful form. He's not formless, he has form. He has given this knowledge and he has delivered the whole Western world like that. And this is the address or offering toward Srila Prabhupada. And then we chanted out the names of the Panchatattva specifically. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then we have Nityananda. We are just calling out the names because chanting the names of the Lord and his associates are very, very purifying. Shri Advaita, Advaita Acharya, we are calling out to Gadadhara, we are calling out to Gadadhara, and Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, all the devotees of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, starting with Srivas Thakur. That is the meaning of this verse. And then finally, we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay. All right. So now we have completed the Mangala Charan prayer successfully. Let's get into the class. Today's discussion will be on the third chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Third chapter is very, very, very important topic, especially for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. In Krishna Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami discusses about this chapter very extensively. And even if you look at the commentaries of our acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada, they write extensive commentary on this, some specific verses of this chapter, because this chapter is more or less like a Paribhasha Sutra. Paribhasha Sutra means that which explains the meaning of the whole Bhagavatam in one sense. Why? So here, the chapter title itself says, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Generally, we think that Vishnu is the source of all incarnations. That's what we have been heard, and we have heard in India many times. People say, "Oh, the 10 avatars are all coming from Vishnu, and Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu." That is what we keep on hearing. But here, it is emphatically in this particular chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is proved that Krishna is the source of all incarnations, including the forms of Vishnu. That we will look at it. And nowhere in any other scriptures, any other part of any scriptures specifically mentioned that Vishnu is the source of all incarnations, including Krishna. Not emphatically stated. But here in Srimad Bhagavatam, in one whole chapter, it is emphatically stated that Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So that proves that Vishnu is not the source of all incarnations. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. However, Vishnu will become the source of many incarnations. There is some truth to it. Many of the incarnations come from Vishnu. But that Vishnu comes from Krishna. And when Krishna himself comes to this world, all the incarnations merge into his body and then they appear along with Krishna. Okay, we'll read verse after verse. We'll see how much we can complete today. Sutavacha jagrihe paurusham rupam bhagavan magadadibi sambhutam shodasakalam adau loka shishikshaya. Translation: Suta said, in the beginning of the creation, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. And thus, at first, there was creation of the 16 principles of material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universes. So this is explaining the beginning of the world. When we try to understand who is the source and who is the source of everything, you have to start from the beginning. You have to start from the zero and then try to see when there was no world. What happened at that time? Let's try to understand from that point of view. So here the verse says, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, the Lord. Here the translation it is mentioned. Bhagavan Jagrihe Paurusham Rupam. Bhagavan took the form of Purusha. So that is what Prabhupada has given in the translation. The Lord first expanded himself in the form of the Purusha incarnation. So there is one person called Bhagavan. That will be later revealed that this is Krishna himself. But now it is keeping it as a secret, because toward the end of this chapter, it will actually reveal who is this person called Bhagavan. But now here what it says that this Bhagavan has taken the form of Purusha incarnation. So we have three Purusha incarnations. Let me see if I have a diagram for that. Yes. So here you are seeing this picture. There is Krishna here. There is the Vishnu who is lying down in the ocean of Karana ocean. So this is the Purusha form. So there is one Bhagavan. Here it is explicitly shown that it is Krishna, but in the chapter later we will see that it is again will be mentioned as Krishna. So this picture explicitly shows it. So this Bhagavan has taken the form of this Purusha incarnation. Why? He wanted to create the whole world. He manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. So when he took the form of this Karanodakashayi Vishnu, is called the Karanodakashayi Vishnu or Purusha Rupa, he brings all the ingredients for making the universe. यस्याम्बसि शयानस्य योगनिद्रामितन्वतः नाभि हृदाम्बुजादासीत् ब्रह्मा विश्वसृजां पतिः. A part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop this stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, become manifest. So here it says that this Purusha, what happened? Then he created this universe. That is not mentioned explicitly in that verse, but it is assumed because of the sequence. So he created this universe. You see this many bubbles that are coming out of his body. So these are individual universes. And each universe, it has so many planets. We have Earth, part of that as well. But all of these are individual universes, and all of this is more or less like a bubble for this Purusha. And then when he creates all of these universes, he takes the form of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and he goes inside each of these universes. You would see carefully, if you look at the picture, you would see there is one Vishnu form lying in another ocean in each of this universe. This is very small here, but you could see that there is a Vishnu form lying there, and then he is lying down on the Shesha, and then there is Lakshmi who is serving at the lotus feet of that Vishnu. So there is the Vishnu form outside. He is the Purusha, first Purusha. Then there is the second Purusha who is in each of these universes. And from that second Purusha, what happens? There is a lotus that comes from his navel. And in that lotus, when it blossoms, there is Brahma sitting on that lotus. And Brahma is the engineer of a single universe. That means each of this bubble is having one Brahma. So we have so many Brahmas. And an individual Brahma owns that particular universe or controls that particular universe. He is that engineer for that universe. He will now construct the universe. So the structure of the universe has been formed. But within that structure, how he is going to make up the planetary systems and how he is going to create different living entities, all of this work is given to Brahma. So here it says, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, becomes manifest from the lotus flower. यस्य अवयव संस्थानैः कल्पितः लोकविस्तरः तद्वै भगवतः रूपं विशुद्धं सत्त्वमूर्जितम्. It is believed that all the universal planetary systems are situated on the extensive body of the Purusha, but he has nothing to do with the created material ingredients. His body is eternally in spiritual existence par excellence. So here Prabhupada, in the first paragraph of the purport, he says the conception of Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa. So first two Purusha avatars are mentioned. One is the first Purusha avatar. His name is Karanodakashai Vishnu. Then the second Purusha avatar, who is in each universe, that is Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Okay? The outside one is Karanodakashai Vishnu, then Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Now, then there is the third form which is mentioned is Vishwarupa form. So you would have seen that the Lord actually showed Vishwarupa form to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he shows the Vishwarupa form. So the Vishwarupa or Virat Rupa form is more or less the material display of the material energy of the Lord. It is not a spiritual form, it is a material form. All his material energies combined together appearing as a form. That becomes the Virat Rupa, Vishwarupa. And then sometimes when the yogis meditate on this Vishwarupa, they imagine a form. They imagine, okay, this part is actually the head of the Lord. This part is the legs or foot of the Lord, or feet of the Lord, and this part is the stomach of the Lord. This way, they imagine the whole universe is nothing but body of the Lord, and then they meditate on that. So basically, all the material ingredients are made to look like a form of the Lord, but it is material form. It is not spiritual form. And that is why here the translation says he has nothing to do with the material ingredients. These ingredients are combined together to make a Vishwarupa form, but that Vishwarupa form is material. It is not Lord's spiritual form. So Lord has nothing to do with that material form. It is a representation of his material energy. Pashyanti adorupam adaharupam adhabra chakshusha sahasra padoro bhuja anana adbhutam sahasra murdha shravana akshi nasikam sahasra mauliambara kundala ullasat. The devotees with their perfect eyes see the transcendental form of the Purusha who has thousands of legs, thighs, arms, and faces, all extraordinary. In that body, there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes, and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets and glowing earrings and are adorned with garlands. So here, this form is again the Sahasra Sirsha Purusha form of the Lord. So these are the different forms of the Lord being mentioned initially. The Sahasra Sirsha Purusha is one who has Sahasra Sirsha. Sahasra means thousand. Sirsha means head. He has thousands of head. And then he has thousands of hands. And then he has thousands of eyes, thousands of arms, thousands of faces, everything. And all of these heads are also wearing helmets, and they are very glowing. This particular form is called the Sahasra Sirsha Purusha. He is actually situated in Brahmaloka. एतत् नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययं यस्य अंश अंशेण सृज्यन्ते देवतिर्यं नरादयः. This form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and indestructible seed of multifarious incarnations within the universe. From the particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. So let's read the initial part of the purport. The Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each one of them as the second Purusha, Garbhodakashai Vishnu. When he saw that within the universe there was only darkness and space without a resting place, he filled half of the universe with water from his own perspiration and laid himself down on the same water. This water is called Garbhodaka. Then from his navel, the stem of the lotus flower sprouted, and on the flower petals, the birth of Brahma, or the master engineer of the universal plan, took place. Brahma became the engineer of the universe. And Lord himself took charge of the maintenance of the universe as Vishnu. Okay, so here, as we discussed previously, that it is being summarized. There was the first Purusha, then that Purusha is called the Karanodakashai Vishnu. Then he created multiple universes. Then he entered into each of the universe, and that person name is Garbhodakashai Vishnu. And then what he did when he entered the universe, he filled the half of the universe with water, and then he rested in that water. And then from his navel, a lotus sprouted. And then from that lotus, Brahma, the master of all engineers, he came out. And then he took the charge of creation within the universe. If somebody is creating, then somebody else has to destroy it at the end, right? So that Shiva took the role of destruction. And then you have somebody to maintain between the creation and destruction. We know that when we buy a car, we have to spend a lot of money to actually maintain that. It's easy to buy a car, and it is easy to go and crash the car somewhere and destroy it completely. What is very difficult is the maintenance. You have to regularly do the service. You have to change your oil. You have to clean it regularly. You have to do service checks, and you have to rotate the tires, and then you have to change the filters. So many work you have to do just to maintain the car. You have to fill the air in the tire. You have to put gas regularly. All this is a lot of work. The maintenance is actually the most difficult work, and it includes so many varieties of works within that. So because it is very difficult, Vishnu himself takes that work upon his head. So how does he maintain the universe? He maintains the universe by by creating various incarnations of himself. That he takes different incarnations or different avatars, and then he comes in different periods of time in this universe, and then he protects the people. It protects the good and then annihilates the bad. स एवं प्रथमं देवः कौमारं सर्गमाश्रितः चचार दुश्चरं ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मचर्यम् अखण्डितम्. First of all, in the beginning of creation, there were the 4 unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in a vow of celibacy, underwent severe austerities for the realization of the absolute truth. So if there is any questions you have, please feel free to let me know, and I can take up the question. Otherwise, I will continue to speak about this chapter. Okay. So here onwards, all the different incarnations that are taken by the Purusha is given. Okay, so first we saw there is the Bhagavan form. That Bhagavan form, he took the Vishnu form. This is Karnagadakshayi Vishnu. Then this Vishnu took another form as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and he entered all the universes. Then from that Vishnu, he took another Vishnu form and became the maintainer of this universe. Then from that Vishnu, we are having different incarnations that is coming out. Okay. So Bhagavan took the form of Vishnu. Then Vishnu, you have 3 levels of Vishnu. Then from the 3rd level of Vishnu, you have many incarnations coming out, many avatars coming out. And Bhagavatam started listing out all the incarnations. So the first incarnation, first in the sense, not these were the first incarnations that the Lord took, but however, this is just given in the list order. Don't think that this is the first incarnation, the next one is the second incarnation, not like that. This is a list, and in the list, this comes as the first. So when the creation has happened, there were 4 Kumaras, 4 small boys, Kumaras, small boys, they were born from Brahma. They followed Brahmacharya vow, or the vow of celibacy, very strictly and severely. They are known for pursuit of spiritual knowledge. So here is a picture of the 4 Kumaras. You would see these 4 Kumaras are standing here. So these 4 Kumaras, when they came out, Lord Brahma's first occupation was to create the universe, or set up the universe, and then create living entities with them. So the universe is created for the living entities to go and occupy and enjoy or make progress in their spiritual life, whatever they have left in their previous lives. So Brahma has to facilitate that. For facilitating, he has to create population in this world. So how does he create population? He delegates the work. He creates multiple sons of his own, and then he gives them the task to procreate. So they create more and more families, more and more children, like that. But first children that came out of Brahma was the four Kumaras. But Kumara said, we are not going to procreate and we are not going to marry. We are going to remain as brahmacharis and in the form of small boys. They are they said we are not going to marry. So Brahma was a little bit disappointed because his whole goal was to procreate or create a lot of generations, a lot of population within the world. However, these four Kumaras, they wanted to perfect their spiritual life. So they continue to brahmacharya life. They do not want to waste their time by engaging in family life. So they continued that path. द्वितीयं तु भवायास्य भवाय अस्य रसातलगतां महिम् उद्धरिष्यन् उपादत्त यज्ञेशः सौकरं वपुः. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of a boar, the second incarnation, and for the welfare of the earth, he lifted the earth from the nether regions of the universe. So the second in the list of the incarnations that the Vishnu form takes is the boar incarnation, Sukara. This is the form is a pig kind of a form. So the Lord has taken this form. Why did he take the form? What do the forest pigs do? They go and dig the earth. They take out the earth. So similarly, when this earth, we don't mean the round earth. This is the earthly realm. So the earthly realm has lot of different islands are there, which are hidden from our vision. Currently, we are only seeing a partial view of this earthly realm, but there are so many other parts which are not visible to our eyes. So this whole earthly realm fell into the Rasatala region of the 7 planetary systems of the world. So the Lord took the form of the boar to lift that in his tusk. Everybody knows about this incarnation very well. Here you can see this is the Vrahadev. Vrahadev is fighting with Hiranyaksha. So what happened is that when Varahadev was lifting out the earth, Hiranyaksha came. Hiranyaksha came and he was scolding Varahadev that this earth belongs to me. How can you go and steal this earth? Come and have a fight with me, right? So Varahadev, when he lifted the earth, he kept that earth in a steady position, and then he started fighting with Hiranyaksha. Who is Hiranyaksha? Hiranyaksha is the elder brother of, or the twin brother of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu, you know that Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Narsingadev. Hiranyakashipu was the father of Prahlad Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu's twin brother is Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyaksha was so puffed up with his power and valor that he started roaming around everywhere in the universe, challenging everyone, to come and have a fight with me. Why? So that he can defeat that person and then he can feel satisfied that he is superior to everyone. So one time he went to Varunadev also, and then he challenged Varunadev. What did he do? He went to the Varunadev and then he offered obeisances to the Varunadev as if he is a very humble person. He showed himself as a humble person. And then when he woke up, he asked for a boon from Varunadev that please come and have a fight with me. Basically, to disrespect. When you go and offer obeisances to some person, you are actually respecting that person. You want to respect that person from your heart. But here Hiranyaksha's intention was he goes and offers obeisances to Varunadev just to insult him. To show that, I am offering obeisances to you, yet I can win you. Like that kind of mentality. He wants to show his egoistic attitude. Anyways, Varunadev said that, Lord Vishnu is waiting for you. You go on to fight with him. He will kill you nicely and he will smash your head. So you go and have a fight with him. Then later, when Varahadev appeared, Varahadev fought with Hiranyaksha And then finally, he killed Hiranyaksha as well, despite Hiranyaksha was trying to display various illusory magic. Huh? The Asuras are very good and known for their magic power. They suddenly disappear and then they create a lot of illusions. The Lord is known as Yogeshwara. He is the master of all yogic powers. So he easily defeated all the illusions created by Hiranyaksha, and then he beat Hiranyaksha with his gada, and then Hiranyaksha vomited blood, and then he died. This is Varahadev. तृतीयं ऋषि सर्गं वै देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्य सः तन्त्रं सात्वतम् आचष्ट नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः. In the millennium of the Rishis, the personality of God had accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspire non-fruitive activities. So here Narada Muni is mentioned. Narada Muni is also an incarnation of Vishnu, but Narada Muni is a Saktyavesh avatar. That means he is not God himself. However, he is a Jiva, living entity, just like you and me. He is a living entity, but he is different from you and me because he is empowered by the Lord permanently. So there is a part of him which is occupied by Lord Shakti. Lord's his own potency has been injected into this Jiva permanently. This Narada Muni. So what is Narada Muni famous for? Satvata Tantra. That the Tantra of the Vaishnavas. That is Narada Pancharatra. Tantra is Pancharatra. Pancharatra is part of the Tantra. So Narada Muni created this Narada Pancharatra. And the Narada Pancharatra is especially used for the deity worship and temple activities. And that is for worship of Vishnu. So he created that. Naishkarmyam karmanam yatha. So from that, the Naishkarmya karma. Naishkarma means that karma which does not have any karma. If I do any activities in this world, I have some reaction for that. That is called karma. But if I do bhakti toward the Lord, bhakti to Vishnu, I do not have any reaction for that. So that is called Naishkarmya karma. Okay. So this Pancharatra was created by Narada Muni so that we can all perform Nishkama karma or bhakti activities. तुर्ये धर्मकला सर्गे नरनारायण ऋषि भूत्वा आत्म उपशम उपेतम akaro dushcharam tapaha. In the fourth incarnation, the Lord became Naranarayana, the twin sons of the wife of King Dharma. Thus, he undertook severe and exemplary penances to control the senses. So then the next incarnation that is being described here is Naranarayana Rishi. So this is the form of Naranarayana Rishi. So one is Narayana and another is Nara form. Both of these considered to be a single incarnation only, though there are two personalities appearing side by side. They are considered to be a single personality. And they are always together and they roam around, go around everywhere together. Naranarayana Rishi. So Naranarayana Rishi is the presiding deity of Badrikashram. If you go to India, Badrikashram, that is where Naranarayana Rishi is located, though they may not be visible to our eyes, but they are permanently established there. And they are actually doing so many austerities and tapas for the welfare of all the people. Panchamaha Kapilaha Nama Siddheshaha Kala Viplutam Provacha Asurye Sankyam Tattvagrama Vinirnayam. The fifth incarnation, named Lord Kapila, is foremost among perfected beings. Gave an exposition of the creative elements and metaphysics to Asuri Brahmana, for in course of time this knowledge had been lost. So the next incarnation that is being described is Kapila Rishi. Here is the form of Kapila Rishi. This is Kapila Rishi. Kapila Rishi is instructing to his mother, Devahuti, the Sankhya philosophy. So the Sankhya philosophy was also taught by him to his disciple named Asuri. He is a Brahmana, Asuri Brahmana. To him, he taught this knowledge. But however, over the period of time, this knowledge has been lost. This is here it says, Kala Viplutam. Kala Viplutam means the knowledge has been lost. So because this knowledge has been lost, what happened? There is an impostor Kapila who has appeared. This impostor Kapila has appeared at the end of Dwapara Yuga, and he has propounded another Sankhya philosophy, which is full of impersonalistic philosophy. The actual Sankhya philosophy that was given by Kapila Dev is devotional service. It was toward the personal form of the Lord. But the second Kapila Dev, who is an impostor Kapila Dev, he actually gave another Sankhya philosophy and to his disciple, who is also called Asuri. Same disciple, same name, same work. So people get confused. They take the impersonal Sankhya philosophy as the Sankhya philosophy of the original Kapila. That's not true. We have two different Kapilas here. So we have to be careful which Sankhya philosophy we are studying. The Sankhya philosophy that is discussed by Kapila Dev in Srimad Bhagavatam is actually the true Sankhya philosophy, which is devotional service to Krishna, which includes devotional service to Krishna. Shashtam atreirapatyatvam vrutaha praptaha anasuyaya anvishikim alarkaya prahaladadibhyaha uchivan. The sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada, and others, Yadu, Haihaya, etc. So what happened? There was a rishi called Atri. Atri was married to Anasuya. So Atri Rishi, one time he wanted to find out who is the Lord of the universe. So he went and instead of focusing on any particular deity in the whole universe, he just meditated. I am meditating on the Supreme Lord of this universe without actually specifically meditating on a particular form. So he wanted to actually find out who is the actual Supreme God within the universe. So when he did that tapas, basically he was also doing that tapas for getting a child. So he did that tapas, immediately three personalities appeared. He actually prayed for the Lord of the universe, but then three personalities appeared. What are the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. When three personalities appeared, he got confused. He said that I was actually looking for only one person. Now you three have appeared together. What is this mystery? Then the three incarnations spoke together that all of them are one in the sense that they are all guna avatars of Vishnu. So Brahma is a guna avatar of Vishnu, and Shiva is also guna avatar of Vishnu. In that sense, they are equal to Vishnu. But yet they are also separate. They are living entities. The Brahma is a living entity. Shiva is not a living entity, but he is neither Vishnu Tattva as well. So he's in between. They are different, yet at the same time, they are same. So we should clearly understand this. We should not go on to confuse ourselves and think that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, all of them are same. I'll just worship anyone I like, and then I'll attain the same result. That is not true. If you worship Brahma, you go to Brahmaloka, and Brahmaloka will get destroyed by the end of the universe. So that is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Even if you go to Brahmaloka, you have to come back. But if you go to Vishnu Loka or Vaikuntha, you don't need to come back. That is a permanent position. Shiva is more or less like in the intermediate, neither in the material world nor fully in the spiritual world. In the Brahma Jyoti, he is there. So those who want liberation, they can take the help of Shiva. Still, they need to do little bit of bhakti toward Vishnu actually to get the liberation. So they can go into this merge into Brahma Jyoti. Anyways, they all of them three appeared, and then the reason all of them appeared instead of Vishnu alone appearing is that because he asked for the Lord of the universe. All three of them are governing the universe. If he has simply asked for the supreme Lord, only Vishnu would have appeared. But he said that the Lord of the controller of the universe. So basically, three people are controlling. Who is Brahma is taking the creation, Vishnu is taking the maintenance, and Shiva is taking the destructive role. Because all three of them are doing some work with the universe, basically controllers of the universe. They appear together. And then Atri Muni said, you please become my son. So then they created a angsha of their own, and then three incarnations were born. One of them is Dattatreya. Dattatreya is basically a angsha of Vishnu. So he gave this knowledge, Anvishiki knowledge to Alarka and other people. So this is Dattatreya, the sixth incarnation in the list. ततः सप्तम आकूत्यां रुचेः यज्ञः अभ्यजायत सः यम आद्यैः सुरगणैः अपात स्वायंभुवान्तरम्. So the next incarnation, this is the seventh incarnation, was Yagya, the son of Prajapati Ruchi and his wife Akuti. He controlled the period during the change of the Swayambhuva Manu and was assisted by demigods such as his son Yama. So, this is another incarnation not very well known to people, that is Yagya. This incarnation appeared when there was no qualified candidate in the entire universe to become Indra. So, what happens? Every day of Brahma has 14 Manvantaras or 14 divisions of the period. So, in that 14 divisions, each division, each Manu appears. The time Manu rules the earthly planet is quite long. And during that time, the Indra changes. So during every Manvantara or during the rule of every Manu, the Indra changes. Who becomes Indra? That changes. You and I also can become Indra. If we do the eligible activities, we can get the post of Indra. So in the beginning of the first incarnation, first Manvantara, that is Swayambhuva Manvantara, there was no qualified living entity to become Indra. So in that case, what happens? The Lord himself takes the form and then he becomes Indra. So this Yagya, Vishnu form, he took the role of Indra and then he controlled uh, the three planetary systems as the head of the demigods. अष्टमे मेरुदेव्यां तु नाभेः जात उरुक्रमः दर्शयन् वर्त्मधीराणां सर्वाश्रम नमस्कृतम्. The eighth incarnation was King Rishabha, son of Nabhi and his wife Merudevi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all orders of life. The next in the list is King Rishabhadev. King Rishabhadev has had 100 sons. One of them is Bharata Maharaj. So the earth is called Bharata Varsha because of Bharata Maharaj. He ruled the earth. So Rishabhadev, he taught knowledge to 100 of all his 100 sons, and then he took the path of renunciation. He renounced everything, and then he walked in the streets like a madman, thinking only of the spiritual goal, and then he gave up his basically he disappeared from this world. So this is another incarnation of Vishnu. ऋषिभिः याचितः भेजे नवमं पार्थिवं वपुः दुग्ध इमाम् ओषधी विप्राः तेन अयं सः उषत्तमः. O Brahmanas, in the ninth incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages accepted the body of a king, Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various produce. And for that reason, the earth was beautiful and attractive. Then the ninth in the list is Prithu Maharaj. So I'll show you the picture of Prithu Maharaj. So this is Rishabhadev. See, Rishabhadev is instructing to all of his sons. And then you have Prithu Maharaj here. As you see, this form is Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is embracing another personality who is Indradev. And then in that place, Vishnu is here. Vishnu, along with the Garuda, is here. And then Shiva is here, Brahma is here, everybody, and the Kumaras are all here. And they're all witnessing Prithu Maharaj. And Vishnu is actually guiding Prithu Maharaj in this case. So Prithu Maharaj was a king. So he was the son of King Vena. King Vena was actually a very evil king, very mischievous, very much evil in from his heart. He was so evil that even the robbers and thieves, they were afraid of this person. He's not only evil for the good persons, he is also evil for the bad persons. The bad persons will run away from this personality called Vena. So what happened? Brahmanas at that time, they had so much power because of their austerities. They saw that this King Vena is not ruling the country properly and he is giving troubles to all the citizens of the country. So they went and killed Vena just by mantra alone. They didn't have to raise any sword or have a fight with King Vena. They just uttered the mantra and then killed King Vena. It is so easy for Brahmanas at that age to exercise this power. Though they usually don't do that, but when the emergency situation requires it, they come and interfere. So after they have kinged Vena, they thought, so who should become the next king? Usually the next king should come in the same line as Manu. They should not come from any other line. So now Vena was killed, but even though he was killed, his semen was there still in the body. So from that semen, we could generate another living entity, they thought. So because of a particular process, they churned his arms. They churned his arms, and that from that arm, Prithu Maharaj came. A Vishnu form came as a descendant of King Vena. It's a Krishna avatar. Just like Krishna, when he appears in this world as son of Yashoda, Nanda, Devaki, and Vasudev, he appears as he is, though he looks like a son, but he has no father. Similarly, Prithu Maharaj has also appeared from Vena, though he is a Shakti avatar of the Supreme Lord, and he does not have any father. Rupam sahajagrihe matsyam chakshusha udadhi samplave navyaropya mahimayam apad vaivasvatam manum. When there was a complete inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manvantara and the whole world was deep within water, the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected Vaivasvata Manu, keeping him up on a boat. So this story is little famous around the world. Even in the Christianity tradition, they have a particular personality who is saving all the living entities in a boat when there was a big deluge or flood was happening. And that is actually referring to this incident where Chakshusha Manu, during the time of Chakshusha Manu, the Vaivasvata Manu, that is the next Manu, the next Manvantara of Chakshusha Manvantara is Vaivasvata Manvantara. So the next Manu is born in the previous Manvantara. So he has to be protected and he has to be carried to the next Manvantara. Between every Manvantara, there is a deluge which basically immerses the whole three planetary systems and then wipes out all the living entities from that and then creates new living entity, starting a new Manvantara. So when that flood happens, Vaivasvata Manu and the sages were all protected in a specific boat. and that boat was pulled by Matsya, Matsya Avatar, Krishna in the form of a fish. Everybody knows this is a famous incarnation, first incarnation in the Dashavatara. So he protected Vaivashvata Manvantara, and then he gave knowledge to Vaivashvata. He protected Vaivashvata Manu, and then he gave knowledge to Vaivashvata Manu. Surasuraणां दधीं मत्नतां मन्दराचलं दध्रे कमटरूपेण पृष्ठये एकादशे विभुः. The 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandarachala hill, which was being used as a churning rod by the theists and atheists of the universe. So once there was a time, the devatas or the demigods, they were very powerless. They became powerless in front of the asuras. So the time in this world favors the demigod sometime and then the demons sometime. Even in this very our own time, we can see that sometimes the good people in the governance, they raise their hand or they come above, and sometimes the bad governance comes into picture. It alternates. The time favors different people. We are not in our control. So similarly, sometimes the time favors the demigods. Sometimes the time favors the demons, because both of them have to survive in this world. So this was the time that the time was favoring the demons. So the demigods were powerless. So at that time they approached the Supreme Lord Vishnu and then asked for a way what to do, because they have been severely defeated by the demons. And Vishnu actually mentioned that you have a truce or a peace treaty with the demons, and you go and churn the milk ocean through which you will get Amrita, by which we can become powerful. So the demigods approached the demons and then they asked for a truce. And then they said that we can churn the milk ocean, and from that we will get Amrita or nectar. And then we can share the nectar. So in that, then the demons were also liking that idea, because they want the Amrita or nectar. Nectar can revive you from death. So they were liking that idea. So they made the pact with the demigods. So now the first task they have to do is carry the Mandarachala hill. Mandarachala hill becomes the churning rod for churning the ocean. So they took the Mandarachala hill, and while they were carrying that, the Mandarachala hill rolled over and then killed many people, the demigods and the demons. And at the time, the Supreme Lord appeared in Garuda on the top of Garuda, and then he lifted that Mandarachala hill himself, and then he revived all the dead people to life. And then he carried the Mandarachala mountain to the ocean himself. So all the demigods and demons assembled on the both sides of the Mandarachala hill in the center as a rod, like you churn buttermilk like that. You need a churning rod. So similarly, the Mandara hill was being used as a churning rod. And then they took the Vasuki, the snake, as the rope for churning that. And one side, the demons were holding it. The other side, the demigods were holding it. And then they started churning. When they started churning, the Mantrachala mountain in the ocean was sinking, because nothing was holding the mountain from the bottom. And then the Lord saw that. So he took the form of a tortoise, big tortoise. This is Kurma avatar. So he took the form of the big tortoise and then went under the Mandarachala mountain, and then he held the Mandarachala mountain on his back, Kurma Rupa. And thus he held that in his back, and then the demigods and the demons were able to churn it further. So this is the Kurma avatar. So for the interest of time, I am going to scroll through very fast. In the 12th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Dhanvantari, and in the 13th, he allured the atheists by the charming beauty of a woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink. So these two avatars were in the same context of churning the ocean. So Dhanvantari, when they were churning the ocean, the Dhanvantari appeared, and also Mohini Avatar appeared. Mohini Avatar, why did he appear as a woman? Basically, he wants to steal the nectar from the demons and give it to the demigods who are devotees. Basically, did not want to give to the demons, because if the demons become powerful, they are going to spoil the world. In the 14th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Nrsimha and bifurcated the strong body of the atheist Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just as a carpenter pierces cane. So Nrsimha Avatar is very famous. He killed Hiranyakashipu to protect Prahlad Maharaj. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Vaman Avatar is very famous. So he went to Maharaj Bali and he asked for 3 steps of land, but then he covered the entire universe in just 2 steps alone. So Maharaj Bali was not able to fulfill the promise. So he arrested Maharaj Bali. Though he arrested it, he became a devotee of Maharaj Bali. So he is in the lower planetary systems. He is guarding Maharaj Bali all the time. Vamanadev. In the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord as Bhrigupati annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Bhrigupati is Parashurama. By becoming Parashurama, he killed the Kshatriyas 21 times because they were not obedient and respectful to the Brahmanas. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashara Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. So Vyasadeva appeared, Krishna appeared as Vyasadeva. Why did he appear? He appeared so that the Vedas could be written down first, and second, it could be divided into parts, so people can easily memorize just one part of the Vedas. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Rama. In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. So Lord Rama's pastimes are very famous, and the entire Ramayana discusses the pastimes of Lord Rama. How did he save Mother Sita from Ravan? In the 19th and 20th incarnations, the Lord advented himself as Lord Balarama and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty. And by doing so, he removed the burden of the world. Okay. So the 19th and 20th incarnations are Balaram and Krishna. So Krishna and Balaram, they came to this world, and their pastimes are being described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now the question will come. Oh, you said Krishna is taking all these avatars in the beginning. Huh? We saw in the picture, the first picture. Here you see Krishna is standing there, and then he becomes Vishnu, and from Vishnu all the avatars are coming. But here it is said that Krishna and Balaram are avatars, right? So if you look carefully in the verse, Eka Navavimshe Vimshati Tame, that is 19th and 20th, Vrishnishu Prapya Janmani, among the Vrishnis, he took the incarnation. Rama Krishna iti bhuvaha, Bhagavan aharat baram. So here is the word Bhagavan is used. So none of the other incarnations, the word Bhagavan is used. Okay. So only for this verse, the word Bhagavan is used. And we know in the first verse we saw, Bhagavan took the form of Purusha Rupa. And now here it is being identified who is that Bhagavan. That Bhagavan is Krishna and Rama, or Krishna and Balarama. Both of them are Bhagavan. They took that form. So basically, they descended themselves as an incarnation. Avatara. Avatara means avatarati iti avataraha. One who descends or crosses and then comes. That person is Avatara. So basically, from his own planet, Krishna, he comes down as himself, as Bhagavan, and that is the next incarnation or next avatar. Then in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Lord will appear as Buddha, the son of Anjana in the province of Gaya, just for the purpose of deluding those who are envious of the faithful theist. Next incarnation, uh, when the Bhagavatam was being spoken, Buddha has not incarnated, so it is talking in the future tense. So Buddha will appear. As we know, Buddha has already appeared. Buddha is also an incarnation of Vishnu or Krishna. Thereafter, at the conjunction of two yugas, the Lord of the creation will take his birth as the Kalki incarnation and become the son of Vishnu Yasha. At this time, almost all the rulers of the earth will have degenerated into plunderers. At the end of the Kali Yuga, another prediction is given that Kalki Avatar will come. Kalki Avatar will destroy all the demons. So when the Kali Yuga, this current Yuga, progresses further and further, only demons will start appearing, only bad people. And then in the end of the Kali Yuga, fully bad people will be there. And then the Lord has to come and destroy all of them and then start Satya Yoga again. And this is Kalki Avatar. Oh, Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. Though here it has listed some avatars, actually there are so many avatars. Just like if you take uh, uh, source of water which is inexhaustible, never exhausting, and then it can simply pour down water after water. So many incarnations are appearing. If you stand in the shore of the Pacific Ocean and then you count the number of ways, that many avatars are appearing again and again. So here, some of the avatars which are not mentioned in this list are mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. There are many others such as Hayagriva, Hari, Hansha, Prishnigarba, Vibhu, Satyasena, Vaikuntha, Sarabhama, Vishakshena, Dharmasetu, Sudhama, Yogeshwara, Brigadbanu. So many incarnations. Krishna has many incarnations. All the rishis, manus, demigods, and descendants of Manu who are especially powerful are plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. This also includes the Prajapatis. So not only the incarnations, even the rishis, manus, and demigods, they are also parts of the Supreme Lord. That means they have been given some potency, some additional power for them to do specific tasks. There they take little bit power of the Supreme Lord. So they do not independently get power, they also take the power of the Lord. And now we come to the famous and final verse of this today's session, which is Ete changsha kalaf pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Translation: all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Now, in the beginning, Bhagavan word is mentioned. We mentioned that Bhagavan took the form of the Purusha. And who is that Bhagavan? In between, Sutta Goswami is narrating this chapter. Sutta Goswami has identified that Bhagavan is Krishna and Balram. But even though he said that, he still listed Krishna and Balaram as part of incarnations, avatar. So people would get confused. Actually, Vishnu is taking the form of Krishna and Balaram. So to clarify that point, he repeats one more time. What he repeats? Ete cha angshakalaha pumsaha. So all the avatars which are described previously, they are all parts of this pumsa or Purusha, the Purusha incarnation described in the beginning. But, tu means but. Krishna, Bhagavan Swayam. But Krishna is original personality of the Godhead. Bhagavan Swayam or Bhagavan himself, the Supreme Lord, from whom the Purusha incarnation came, and from the Purusha incarnation, all the different other avatars are appearing. So, Prabhupada has translated here very clearly, but Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. He is the origin of everything. So this concludes our presentation today. We started with saying in the first verse, Bhagavan Paurusham Rupam Jagrihe. The Bhagavan takes the form of a Purusha. Here he says, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation. Okay. And then later at the concluding verse we saw today, there it is mentioned who is that Bhagavan. Who is that Bhagavan? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is that Bhagavan from whom Vishnu came. From Vishnu, all the incarnations are appearing. Okay, so I will stop here. If there is any questions or comments or reflections, you can mention or speak.
Hey, all.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, thank you for this wonderful topic. Let me just quickly check, Prabhu, if there is
Sure.
any questions online. No, there are no questions online, but there are some devotees Zoom call. They can always unmute and provide their comments or ask questions. But I would like to say that you said in the beginning that Vishnu is basically kind of taken the difficult role, right, of maintaining, which is always between creation and creation destructions normally are very small period of time. I mean, if you look at the time scale, right, mostly it is maintenance, the pain. Maintenance is pain. No one likes to do that also. But Lord Vishnu, took that because you have to manage so many living entities and their desires and everything, and you have to maintain, keep the universe going through all the cycles, right? You know, so he took
Yeah.
that role, and
Yeah.
he is. I mean, he could have kept himself aloof, right, from all that. Hey, I created it, and now here are the Vedas. Here are rules. You follow it. You don't follow. You suffer. You follow it. Then you enjoy. That's it. You would not. There was no, you know, for him to for him to come, and then he could have sent goddess Kali and his energies, basically, right? All these people, when they go out of control, then you go and destroy them. That's it. He could have said that, but he wanted to make the pain bearable, so he comes once in a while,
Yeah.
with his connections
Yeah,
and
thanks for
inspires
that
people.
point. Yeah, I mean, basically, like as you mentioned, the Lord, out of compassion, He takes the most difficult task, which is the maintenance. And as family members, or we are having our own family, we know how much the maintenance is quite
Yes.
difficult part.
It is not only maintenance is not only costly, it is very painful actually.
Very painful.
It is a painful process.
The fruit is not very clearly visible also.
It's not visible also, yes. There's not much recognition. The
Yeah.
person who is doing maintenance or support or something, he is not recognized anywhere. He is actually doing a very painful task, basically.
Yeah.
Uh, Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. And yeah, the last verse is Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam, right? That from, I think, Jiv Goswami's Sandarbha, he very clearly explains that verse, right? With
Yeah.
all the grammatical nuances and everything that, how, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. So like Krishna comes before and the Bhagavan is so, he
Oh,
uses
yeah. So he goes into that whole
grammar.
explanation. It was also given in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, the second chapter. He goes into what is the predicate and the
Yes,
sub.
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it goes into the grammar,
Yeah.
basically, Sanskrit grammar, and proves that. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank
Anyone, before we depart, if anyone has any comments, because the speaker here has spoken for.
No,
Yes,
Prabhu, I had a question.
sure.
Why, why this asuras, right? Why they're like the mountain and how they were destroyed by Sroka, right? Why that was like discussed? I just want to know.
The churning of the milk ocean, is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
yeah.
Yes.
Like I know why, but I don't know the spiritual side of. Yeah, yeah.
So basically, the whole pastime was performed by the Lord as a leela to also indicate that. So if you look at the whole pastime, right, in between, what will happen? The asuras and the demon and the demigods, they will give up. They won't complete the task. They'll say, they are not able to do it. So what the Lord does, He goes as energy within these people and then inspires them to churn. And then they churn for some time, and after that also they give up. And then the Lord, then He Himself takes the churning rod and then He churns, and then the nectar comes out. So basically, in this world, any activity we do, we try to do with all our inspiration, and then we become tired and tired and tired. Then finally, we get the mercy of Paramatma. Then the result manifests. Then we take the shelter of, oh, we achieved this particular thing. That
Whatever the result, we accept it, right? In the end, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so result we take it, we claim, it is our own result, but the Supreme Lord is kindly manifesting the result. Sometimes, I work in software industry. I try to debug some difficult bugs, so much thinking nothing I would be able to get, and then suddenly the idea will pop up. Why? How come? Where is it coming from? It's coming from the Lord. So we pray and pray and pray. The Lord gives that. Uh,
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
bro.
also in any good activity, we should be very patient because in the beginning, all the the bad results will come out like halahal, all those things, right? It is going to be the journey is going to be painful, but we have to be patient.
Patient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice point.
And Lord Shiva takes that halahal and all that, right? So,
Thank you, Sunil Prabhu.
okay, thank you. Thank you, Prabhu, for the question.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Brajivan Prabhu, for your
Thank
answer.
you. Thank
Bye.
you, Jivana Prabhu. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Vansha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda ki jai.
Yeah.
Krishna.
Brajivan Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Srila
God
Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees, for taking time from your busy lives in the weekdays and joining this class. Thanks a lot. We'll meet again online on the class in the next Wednesday. Hari Bol.
Very
Thank
well.
you.